What's up, everybody? We are back on this Subaru Outback 2013. Last video we did a transmission filter. This video we're going to be doing axle seal, and I've seen several videos. Yes, I do look at videos too to see if there's any tips and tricks too, so I can kind of show y'all. And if I find one that has a really good tip or anything, I like to put it in the comment section or put it in my description, let y'all know where I got it from, so you can go check out that channel as well. I'm not gonna say I don't, but haven't done any collaborations with anybody or any of that type of stuff. But whenever I find something that's good and interesting, or something that's good to know, I try to relay that to my viewers so that they can go look at those videos, kind of get 2 points of view of stuff. You know, it's always good to look at multiple points of views of how people do stuff. Might like the way somebody else does one thing compared to the way I do things, or vice versa. You know, or you can just combine the two jobs and do it the easiest way for you. But enough on that. Like I said, axle seal. You will need a special tool to do this. Sundial socket is what they call it. Subaru makes them, or Subaru has the pieces, and a company called Company 23, they make a lot of Subaru tools. You can go buy this. They got two different sizes. They're about $50 a piece, and they get here pretty quick. I got mine in 2 days, and that was just standard shipping. I don't know if it's where I'm located or what, but I got mine pretty quick. But you're going to need one of those because you have to take the little cap off to get the seal out, and that is kind of like your preload bearing cap for your differential. So you do need to mark it and then count rotations and stuff like that, because you want to make sure you put that back right, or you're going to end up wearing out bearings and gears and stuff in your differential, or front differential I should say. But the way we're going to do this, I'm going to pull this axle completely out. There's no fluid, or there's limited fluid in the transmission, just because I did the filter and I haven't filled it up yet. If you saw the last video, I kind of said that's how I was going to do it. But seeing certain videos, they said you need to take the exhaust off to do this job. And then I've seen several where they just went in through here. I'm going to try to do it through here, just because I don't want to mess with the exhaust on this, because this car does have almost 300,000 miles, and don't want to really be breaking any of that stuff off, because you know it's going to be a little rusted and stuff like that. So we're going to start with axle nut. I'm going to take this, I'm going to unstake it, see if I can get a new nut and try to put a new one on there. And then we're going to probably break the lower ball joint loose. Let me see if I can get y'all a view of that. I'm going to try to break that loose so we can just swing this whole strut assembly out, so I can get this out of there, and then I'll pop the axle out. So let me grab some tools, set up, and then we'll get started tearing this bad boy apart. So we're going to go ahead and pull this axle nut off. It's a 32 millimeter. That is your nut right there. Axle does move, which is good. Then we're going to need an 18. And the reason we're going to use an 18, I'm going to go over a little bit. On the bottom, there is a cotter pin that you're going to have to cut off. I already did that. And then you're going to have to take this nut off. Which this one wasn't all that tight, which is kind of scary. But it is a castle nut. That is your castle nut right there. We'll put a new cotter pin on there too. I don't know if I can turn this or not. But now I'm going to get something in here, and we're going to pry down and lift this out. Sometimes on the Subarus they come out easy, sometimes they come out hard. Just depends on factors, I guess, you know, like where you live, how much rust is on it, all that good stuff. So I'm going to move y'all again just so I can get y'all in a better frame. So, give me a BFH. actually come out pretty easy. Oh yeah, that one come out rather smooth. But I can get it to come out more. There's a little hole on the bottom you can stick something in. I just don't have anything to stick in there at the moment. So I took the sway bar end link off. It gives you a lot more movement. You can see right there. And come out a whole lot easier. Now, I just got to get a pry bar in between the transmission and the axle, pretty much inside of here somewhere, and pop it out. Let's see if I can get that. If you just get your pry bar up in there, you can pull it out pretty easy. That is your axle shaft right there. So right there is your sundial gear, and there's a bolt right there on the side. I think that is a 14, and you're going to want to take that out. I'm going to clean it off because I'm going to put some paint marks on there, and then I'm going to count rotations on it. That way that I can get it back in the same spot, because like I said, this right here is the preload adjuster on your differential. You want to make sure you get that in back same exact position. So you always want to make sure that it's back in right. So, let me go grab this tool. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. Wrong drawer. So there's two different ones. There's this smaller one right here, and you can see company 23. This part number, I think this is the one we got to use. This one is 559, and this larger one right here is, I think, the 60. Yeah, 560. Focus. But we should be the 559 that we need. Yep, it's the 559 on this one. So, and I got both the tools. Like I said, they were about $50 a piece. I mean, with as many Subarus I've been doing lately, I think it's just a good investment. So let me clean that off. Let me get my little tick marks on there and stuff like that, and then I'm going to start pulling that off of here. And once I get it out, I will show y'all. I'll show you the setup that I'm going to use to get in there to that position. If I can get my camera back in the holder, but let me do that. So I got it out, and you can see the little mark right on the side, on the right side a little bit. Not zoomed in quite enough, but where the bolt hole is on your right, that is where I put the mark. And then, because you can see that is the side of your carrier bearing. And then I cleaned it off, and that is the mark right there that I used. Mine took about 5.5 turns, and my race come out with it, but that is fine. But took about 5.5 turns for mine to come out, so that's what we're going to go with. There is an O-ring right there on the outside, then your seal is right there, and we're just going to hammer that out from the inside. I'll put it over here on the table and show you how we do all this so y'all can see it. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all part numbers. Here's the seal, 806732220. And then your little O-ring is 806970020. So, how I'm going to do this, I'm going to use this old flathead screwdriver I got. This little homemade hammer that I'm using a good bit. These come out pretty easy. See how easy that came out? Just like that. Then I'm going to get me a pick. You can kind of push on the seal and you can get underneath it. Let me go rinse this off real quick. Okay, got it back in there, got it in the right position that I had it, and like I was saying, all I did, I just counted how many rotations it was, like full, like 360-degree turns, and mine took 5.5, so I got it back, lined up the notch, and I had to just go just a hair more for the little lock tab to go in there. Now all I'm going to do is just cinch this down. I could not find a torque spec for this, so I'm just running it down just a little bit just to make sure that we got it tight enough that it doesn't back out. Next thing we're going to do, I'm going to throw this axle back in here. Probably going to have to scoot y'all back for a second. We do have a brand new nut as well. Just wiping this axle off first. Because the axle isn't leaking, the boot isn't cut or any of that stuff. Axle. Make sure that it's in all the way. And I do believe she is in. Just a few light taps and double check. Oh yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Here's the new nut. Turn the flashlight off. This stuff out of the way. Sure, get y'all in frame. Run it down a little bit. Line up these ball joints. Joint is on. Alright, now I gotta go look at torque specs for the sway bar inlet. Got that in, got the ball joint in, and got the axle started. I just gotta look at torque specs for everything real quick. So, lower ball joint, 40 foot-pounds. And then sway bar end length is actually 43 foot-pounds. I'm going to zip that on real quick with my impact. And we can torque the axle nut, and that torques to 162.3. I'm going to go to 163. I'm going to put a screwdriver in here, stick it in between the vanes. How well y'all can see that, 163. Got 164.1. Now we're going to stake it down. There we go. Job complete. If you lose any fluid, put it back in. If you go back to the video before this one, it will be, I'll put a link at the top somewhere for it. If you go back to that one, it'll show you how to put fluid into one of these, because I did a filter on that one. But now, yeah, like I said, if you got to put fluid in it because you lost some, go ahead and put it in and you should be done. But that is pretty much doing axle seal on one of these. I'll put a link to the tool that I bought so everybody has it too. But if you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. Also, if you know the torque spec to that little holder bolt, let me know. That way everybody else can have it too, because I did not see a torque spec for that. But like I said, if you got anything, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I do answer that a little bit quicker for like more in-depth questions and stuff. And I guess, like always, thank you for all the members, subscribers, followers, whatever you follow me on. I do appreciate it. And y'all remember, torque this tight, and y'all have a great day.